A great way to incorporate some submission with Otto is when you're brushing him out. So I'm going to show you what I would do with him when he's little, and then also a little bit of submission technique. So Otto, what I do is I have him sit. I tell him to lay down. No, sit, lay down. Good boy, good boy. So once I have him laying down, I turn him so that his back is towards my knees. And this way I can use my elbow and my hand as leverage with him. So when he's chewing on me like that, that's what I don't like to see. So I'm going to correct him with my no when he's doing that. And how I start is I put my hand underneath his elbow and my elbow on his head. And then I begin brushing him out. So he's learning right now he doesn't have a choice to just lay nice and still. No, lay down. Good boy. So hear how I say no when he wiggles, and then I coo him when he is doing it right. Good boy. As I've established that he's going to stay laying down, I bring my hand just down on his neck and kind of enforce that lay down. No, Otto, stay. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. So it's so good for them to feel you brushing them out in all the places, in their armpits, behind their ears, and he can just learn that he has to stay in this position, especially their tails. No, Otto, lay down. So I'm not really forcing him or doing anything hard on him. I'm just getting him back into position. And then I kind of leave it up to him to stay. And when he gets out of it, I push him back into that spot. So once I do this and I brush him out, no, no. If he puts his teeth on my hand ever like that, I squeeze his muzzle just like that and say no. And then I go back to whatever I'm doing so that he doesn't think he can get away with doing that. So once I brush him out and I'm all done, I have him sit up and look at me and I give him praise. The submission technique that I'm talking about is you're going to do the same exact thing that you would do if you were brushing him out. You get him to sit, you get him to lay down, and then you come over top of him. Notice how he immediately looks up at me. His tummy is facing me and his tail is relaxed. That's telling me that Otto is submitting to me. Good boy, Otto. Very good, which I love to see. So this is so good for them to feel that dominance over them physically because they are pack animals. Okay, Otto. Once I'm all done, I get him to come up. Come on. Come. No. Come. Good boy. And whenever we complete anything, I have him sit directly in front of me. Sit. I look him in the eyes. I say, that's a good boy. You did so good. So you can see how just little by little I work with him and how he starts to calm down. He doesn't do it perfectly every time. But the point is to get in this good practice. As he gets bigger, have him stay sitting up and brush him out. But don't let his mouth be involved in you brushing. Good boy, Otto. No, stay. And again, you see how it just takes me giving him that correction with that no, and then giving him that calm voice and reassurance of, good boy. Yes. And you see how good he does with this. So go ahead and practice this. Even if you can do it once a week, that would be awesome. It's so good for them to feel this interaction, for you to feel you touch their nails and their inside of their ears and open their mouth. Not something you would typically do when you're interacting with him, so that he understands that you can touch him anywhere and he can be a nice, submissive boy. So Otto is naturally very submissive. I don't think you're going to have any problem practicing this or carrying this out in your routine. But the point is that he has to feel this interaction with you, and he has to know who's the boss. Yeah. And he is such a loving, cuddly guy that he's going to want to make you happy. So drawing those lines in the sand of what's acceptable and unacceptable is so important. So you guys have already done a great job with him. Keep up the good work and let me know how it goes.